All right, everybody, welcome to the first ever NFL Du Toilette Fantasy Football League TV series. My name is James, and I'm your brand new commissioner for this upcoming season. Of course, I want to say a big thank you to Chris and Nick, who held down the fort in prior years. With that being said, let's introduce you to our league. We are 12 teams, 2 quarterback league, and a PPR league. So you've got your 2 quarterbacks, your 2 wide receiver, your 2 running backs, a tight end, a defense, a flex, and a rookie flex. That's right, in this league, we don't believe in kickers ruining or spoiling someone's week, so we go with a rookie. So it gives us something to look forward to all summer. And if you do not start a rookie in one of your flex positions, you do lose your top flex position no matter what it is. So it can be penalized, and of course there's going to be a money penalty with that as well as the season goes on. Now let's talk about one of our other rules. You do have FAB when it comes to free agency. You can use your FAB to kind of budget throughout your year to pick up players. That way, if you're later on the waiver wire, you decide on how much a player might be worth to you. That way, when you lose that quarterback on Sunday and you need to pick someone up, if they're available, right, Jeff, who tends to hoard everything, you can go ahead and try to go and secure that. Now, the trade rule as well. Trade's a little bit interesting here. We don't veto any trades in our league, but we do, however, have a 24-hour window. Inside of that window, you can offer a counter to either party that had accepted the initial trade, and if a counter is made, the trade is finalized right then, and we move forward. You cannot counter on top of counter on top of counter. Now, we're super excited, like I said, to have you here because this league is full of drama. We're a group of guys that have been together. We all worked in the resort industry for a long time, and now we're kind of all have our families. We do stay in touch. Everyone kind of disappears throughout the summer and the off season. Now, of course, some of them, when the football season starts, they kiss their children and wives goodbye and move into the other room. Until that is, their team falls apart, and by week 5 or 6, they're back with their family, and they kind of forget about the league. Hopefully that changes this year, as we do have a penalty in our league that if you finish in last place, you get what is called the Sim. Now, the Sim is a trophy based on a person in many of our lives that kind of screwed a lot of us over. So they had the fortune of that having that named after them. So that is the punishment on our league. You get the Sim trophy sent to you, and man, we'll get you some pictures of this thing. It is a football and a toilet. It is bronzed. It is super heavy. It usually results in someone picking it up on a trip and having to bring it through security, which can be for a lot of laughs as well. Airports love this thing, I can tell you that right now. Now, we can look back at last year a little bit. We were only 10 teams last year. Now, some people will say that puts an asterisk on the champion. Now, of course, he would look at it a little bit different, so let's go ahead and introduce him. You've got Jeff, who runs Turd Ferguson. Now, they were able to secure the number 1 draft pick by winning the championship. Of course, in that championship game, they were able to defeat the Icky Shovelers, which is unfortunately my team. Now, that's not the first time at Davidson's finished on top, but nonetheless, here we are. Of course, some other perks. It was our Super Bowl year, and he was able to secure a little bit extra cash, as every 4 years we take some of our league fee, put it towards that Super Bowl year. So Jeff, very excited, laughing in everyone's face, and he's ready to go. Now, typically, we save that number 1 draft pick and go number 1, number 2, number 3, based on which place you finish in. This year, we're going to have a lottery, except for Jeff. By winning the league, we're going to let him hold on to that number 1 pick. We'll talk a little bit more about the draft a little bit later as we get into the order. Now, someone that is very upset, who likes to put that asterisk on the league, we can take a look at him. Mr. Damien, who runs Concussed 4 Loco. Now, as you can see, he's drinking his sorrows away. He's almost as round as he is tall now, thanks to his defeat. He led the league in points and absolutely crushed everyone throughout the season. Now, unfortunately, as the only time he did play Jeff, it was a bye week, and he missed out on a lot of his players. Jeff was able to secure that win, move on, be the number 1 seed for the playoffs, and ultimately make it through unscathed to go on and win the championship. Damien faced a tougher road, having to face a few other tougher teams, and of course the Icky Shufflers in the semifinals, where he ultimately fell. One of the things he complains about is that it just doesn't seem unfair. Jeff didn't score very many points. I don't know why he's shocked. Jeff's a Seahawks fan. They couldn't finish on offense, so Jeff couldn't either. Defense does win championships, and it's proven yet once again, even in fantasy football. Now, one of the things that Damien needs to remember is, funny enough, he actually tried to trade away his top player. He was led by Jonathan Taylor, and if it wasn't for the fact that his brother absolutely fucking hates him, he probably would have lost him. But at the time, Nick thought Nick Chubb was well worth keeping onto and not moving on to Jonathan Taylor early in the season. Of course, lucky enough for Damian, that happened. That hate between them kept his team afloat. He went on to cruise to the league. Now, I did mention we talked about our draft. So let's talk a little bit about our draft order. Of course, Jeff does retain that number 1 overall pick, but what we're going to do is a draft lottery. Now, going forward, we will have 12 through 1, but this year will just be 12 through 2. Jeff is going to get the number 1, and we're going to come back here in a few weeks with a video series unveiling the next 12 through 2 picks and introducing all of you to each one of our owners and kind of a little bit about them. And, of course, tons of trash talking is going to be in between. Some other things to look forward to as the season goes on, including the offseason. We're going to have a Monday morning series as we get closer to the league starting. And that's going to be our Monday morning recap, almost like a first take style. That's going to be on our YouTube channel, so we hope you guys follow along. But thank you guys so much for stopping by. We do have a TikTok channel for NFL Du Toilette, and we also have the YouTube. Hope you guys check it out. And if you have any suggestions, comments, concerns, or you just want to make fun of people, this is the place to be. See you guys.